My beloved child, pause here for a moment, because what you are about to hear was not placed before you by accident. Do not rush past these words. Something tender is moving behind the scenes of your life, something your eyes have not yet witnessed but your spirit may have already begun to sense. Someone you love is thinking about you right now, and their thoughts are not casual, distant, or passing. They are imagining a moment with you, a quiet, meaningful, unforgettable moment. And heaven has drawn you here because the meaning behind that desire is far deeper than you realize. You may have noticed a strange shift in your emotions lately. Perhaps their face appeared in your mind without warning. Perhaps a memory returned with unusual clarity. Perhaps you felt a sudden warmth in your chest, followed by a longing you could not explain. You may have wondered why this person seemed so close in spirit while remaining far away in circumstance. Listen carefully, because that feeling was not meaningless. Something within them has been reaching toward you, even when their voice has remained silent. They have been carrying a private vision in their heart. It is not about impressing you with grand gestures. It is not about creating a perfect scene for others to admire. What they want is much more personal than that. They want a moment where the noise disappears. A moment where there are no interruptions, no unanswered questions, no outside opinions, and no pressure to pretend. They want to sit near you and feel that the distance between your hearts has finally softened. Stay with this message, because the reason they want this moment now will soon surprise you. For a long time, this person has hidden behind caution. They have tried to control what they feel. They have told themselves to be patient, to be practical, to wait for a better time, or to stop thinking about you so deeply. Yet every attempt to silence their heart has only made your presence stronger within it. Your name has become connected to peace in their mind. Your voice has become connected to comfort. Even your absence has become a kind of message they can no longer ignore. They did not expect this. They believed time would make everything easier. They thought distance would reduce the intensity. They assumed that if they stayed busy enough, the feelings would become quieter. But something unexpected happened. The more they tried to move forward without acknowledging what you mean to them, the more clearly they began to understand your importance. There are moments when they suddenly stop what they are doing because a memory of you enters their mind. It may be something small. A look you gave them, a kind word you spoke, a moment when you understood them without demanding an explanation. These memories have become sacred to them. They replay them when they feel uncertain. They return to them when the world feels heavy. And lately, those memories have started to feel less like the past and more like an invitation toward the future. Do not skip what comes next, because heaven is revealing the part they have told no one. They have been imagining how it would feel to be completely honest with you. Not partially honest. Not careful, edited, or guarded. They imagine looking into your eyes and finally saying the things they have rehearsed in silence. They want to tell you why they pulled away when they wanted to come closer. They want to explain the hesitation that made them appear uncertain. They want you to know that their quietness was not emptiness, and their distance was not always rejection. Some people grow silent when they feel nothing. But others grow silent when they feel too much. This person belongs to the second kind. Their emotions became larger than their confidence. They were afraid that if they revealed everything, they might lose the connection entirely. They feared being misunderstood. They feared arriving too late. They feared that you had already decided they no longer mattered. So they carried the truth privately, hoping for a sign that the door between you had not completely closed. And now something has changed. Recently, they experienced a moment that made them question how much longer they could continue hiding. It may have happened late at night when everything became quiet. It may have happened while they were alone in a familiar place. It may have happened after hearing a song, seeing something that reminded them of you, or witnessing another person express the kind of love they had been afraid to offer. Whatever the outward circumstance was, the inward effect was powerful. They suddenly understood that special moments do not create themselves. People must choose them. Hearts must become brave enough to step forward. Love cannot live forever inside imagination. At some point, someone must speak. That realization has stayed with them. Since then, they have been thinking about the exact moment they want to share with you. They are not only thinking about what they would say. They are thinking about how you might respond. They wonder whether you would smile first or become quiet. They wonder whether your eyes would reveal that you had been waiting too. They wonder whether the energy between you would feel familiar, as though your souls recognized the moment before your minds fully understood it. There is tenderness in these thoughts, but there is also urgency. They feel that something around you is changing. They sense that you are no longer willing to remain emotionally suspended. They know you have been growing, healing, and becoming clearer about what you deserve. They feel the strength rising within you, and it has awakened something in them. They understand that they cannot approach you with the same confusion they carried before. They must come differently. They must come honestly. They must come with intention. This is why the moment they imagine is not casual. In their heart, it represents a turning point. They want to show you that you are not merely someone they remember when they feel lonely. You are someone they associate with a deeper possibility. A possibility they were once too afraid to name. But there is something else you need to understand. While they are thinking about being with you, they are also confronting themselves. Your presence has become a mirror. Through you, they see the places where they have avoided vulnerability. They see the moments when pride spoke louder than truth. They see how fear made them delay what their heart already knew. This realization has not been comfortable for them. There have been nights when they wondered whether they had damaged the connection beyond repair. They have questioned whether you still feel anything. They have imagined you moving forward without them, and that thought has affected them more deeply than they expected. It has forced them to recognize that what they feel is not temporary. You are not easy for them to forget because you did not touch only the surface of their life. You reached a hidden place. A place they rarely allow others to see. You saw something in them that they had not yet learned to fully see in themselves. Perhaps you saw their softness beneath their strength. Perhaps you noticed the sadness beneath their humor. Perhaps you believed in their potential during a time when they were struggling to believe in it. That kind of recognition leaves a mark. It becomes difficult to return to shallow connections after being deeply seen. And this is one reason they want a special moment with you. They want to feel seen again. But more importantly, they want to see you. Not the version of you they created in their imagination. Not the version described by others. Not the version shaped by distance, misunderstandings, or old memories. They want to see who you have become. They sense that something has changed in your spirit. There is a new boundary around your heart, but there is also a new light within you. You are not waiting in the same way anymore. You are learning that love must meet you with clarity. You are learning that your tenderness is valuable. You are learning that you do not have to chase what is meant to approach you with respect. This growth has changed the spiritual balance between you. Before, you may have been the one holding the emotional thread. You may have been the one wondering, hoping, praying, or trying to understand. But now the energy has shifted. Now they are the one feeling the absence. They are the one asking questions. They are the one wondering whether there is still time. Heaven has allowed this reversal for a reason. It was not meant to punish them. It was meant to awaken them. Sometimes a person does not understand the warmth of a presence until they feel the coldness of its absence. Sometimes they do not recognize the value of a connection until they sense it slipping beyond their control. And sometimes love must become quiet before truth becomes loud. Their truth is becoming loud now. It appears in unexpected moments. It follows them into places where they thought they could escape it. It enters their dreams, interrupts their routines, and rises in the middle of ordinary conversations. Someone may speak about love, and they think of you. Someone may mention timing, forgiveness, or second chances, and their mind returns to you. They have begun to wonder whether these reminders are coincidence. Deep within, they know they are not. Something in their spirit keeps telling them not to ignore what remains unfinished. Something keeps whispering that there is still a conversation waiting to happen. Something keeps urging them to stop assuming and start discovering the truth. That is why their desire for this special moment has grown stronger. They imagine a setting where they can speak without being watched. Perhaps it is somewhere peaceful, where the evening feels soft and the world seems to slow down. Perhaps it is a simple walk, a quiet room, a familiar place, or a location connected to a meaningful memory. The details may change in their mind, but one element remains the same. You are there. And for the first time, they are not running from what they feel. They imagine reaching a point in the conversation where the walls begin to fall. They imagine admitting that they thought about you more than they ever revealed. They imagine telling you that certain choices were driven by fear rather than lack of feeling. They imagine confessing that even during silence, some part of them remained emotionally connected to you. But they are afraid of one question. They are afraid you may ask, "Why did you wait so long?" They do not yet know how to answer that without exposing the deepest part of themselves. The truth is that they waited because your importance frightened them. Ordinary connections did not require transformation. You did. To love you honestly meant becoming more mature, more open, and more accountable. It meant facing the parts of themselves they had avoided for years. You were not simply asking to be loved. Your presence was silently asking them to become capable of real love. And they did not know whether they were ready. But now they are beginning to understand that readiness is not something that always arrives before action. Sometimes courage appears only after the first honest step. Sometimes healing begins only after someone stops hiding. This message is not telling you to force anything. It is not asking you to ignore your wisdom or abandon your boundaries. Heaven does not ask you to shrink in order to make another person comfortable. What is being revealed is simply this: the silence you have experienced does not tell the whole story. There has been movement beneath it. There has been reflection. There has been longing. There has been a private awakening that you could not see. And now the person you love is reaching an emotional threshold. They can no longer pretend that the connection means less than it does. They can no longer remain satisfied with imagined conversations. They want something real. They want to experience your presence, hear your voice, and discover whether the bond they feel still lives within you too. Yet something is holding them back. This hesitation is not only fear of rejection. It is also fear of the power of the moment itself. They suspect that once they are in front of you, everything they have hidden may rise at once. They may lose the ability to appear calm. Their carefully prepared words may disappear. The emotions they have managed in private may become visible in their eyes. They know you may notice. You have always noticed more than they expected. That is part of what draws them toward you and frightens them at the same time. You are not easily deceived by appearances. You feel what is underneath. You recognize when someone's words do not match their energy. And if they come near you now, they know they will not be able to offer half-truths. Your spirit will ask for authenticity before your lips say a word. This is why they have been preparing inwardly. They have been reviewing the past. They have been remembering what they did well and what they mishandled. They have been thinking about the words they should have said. They have even imagined apologizing for the moments when you felt unimportant, confused, or emotionally alone. There is one particular memory that continues to return to them. It is a moment when you needed reassurance but received silence. Perhaps you waited for a message that did not come. Perhaps you offered honesty and received uncertainty. Perhaps you gave them a chance to step closer, and they remained still. They remember that moment differently now. At the time, they may have justified their behavior. They may have told themselves they needed space, that things were complicated, or that you would understand. But now they see the emotional cost. Now they understand that your silence afterward was not indifference. It was protection. They know they contributed to the distance. And this realization is changing the way they imagine the future. They do not only want to spend a special moment with you to feel good. They want to repair something. They want to create a new memory strong enough to begin healing an old one. They want you to remember their courage, not only their hesitation. They want to show you that they are capable of choosing honesty before the moment disappears. But there is an even deeper revelation approaching. This person has recently made a decision in their heart, though they may not yet have acted upon it. They have decided that if an opportunity appears to connect with you, they do not want to waste it again. They may still feel nervous. They may still overthink the words. But something inside them has crossed a line. They no longer want to be remembered as the person who felt deeply but did nothing. They want to become the person who finally showed up. Stay till the end of this message, because what heaven is about to reveal concerns the sign they have been waiting for. They believe they need confirmation before they move. They have been looking for something, a coincidence, a message, a dream, a name appearing unexpectedly, or a feeling strong enough to silence their doubts. They want reassurance that approaching you would not be a mistake. What they do not fully understand is that the signs have already begun. Your energy has been reaching them through memory. Your absence has been speaking. Their repeated thoughts of you have been creating an inner pressure they can no longer explain away. Even this moment, as you listen, is part of a spiritual alignment neither of you consciously arranged. Two hearts can move toward the same truth before either person speaks. This does not mean every detail is predetermined. Choice still matters. Courage still matters. Timing still matters. But the desire within them is real, and it is becoming more difficult to ignore. They may be thinking about contacting you sooner than you expect. Perhaps they have already opened your conversation and closed it again. Perhaps they have written a message, erased it, and started over. Perhaps they have looked at your picture longer than they intended. Perhaps they have asked someone about you indirectly, hoping to learn whether your heart is still available. Their actions may appear small, but inwardly, they represent a battle between fear and honesty. And honesty is beginning to win. My child, you must also prepare your heart, not by creating fantasies, but by becoming clear. Ask yourself what you truly need if this person steps forward. Ask yourself what kind of conversation would bring peace rather than confusion. Ask yourself whether you are willing to listen without abandoning your discernment. The moment they desire may become meaningful, but it must also become truthful. You are not being asked to accept empty words. You are not being asked to forget every wound. You are being reminded that your heart can remain open without becoming unprotected. You can receive honesty while still requiring consistency. You can hear someone's truth without surrendering your own. This balance will matter soon. Because when they finally approach, they may reveal something you did not expect. They may tell you that their feelings began earlier than you knew. They may admit that they noticed you before they ever showed interest. They may confess that they compared every connection after you to the depth they felt with you. They may reveal that a choice they made was influenced by the fear of needing you too much. But even that is not the greatest secret. The greatest secret is connected to the special moment they keep imagining. In their vision, there is a point where they stop speaking and simply look at you. No explanations. No defenses. No carefully arranged sentences. Just a silence filled with recognition. In that silence, they hope you will understand what they could never express correctly. They hope you will feel that their heart never truly became indifferent. They hope you will see the regret, the affection, and the longing without forcing them to name every detail. And they hope, more than they are willing to admit, that your eyes will tell them they are not too late. This hope has become precious to them. It is also terrifying. Because if they discover that your heart has closed, they know they will have to face the consequences of their delay. Yet even that fear is no longer enough to keep them silent forever. A deeper fear has emerged. The fear of never knowing what might have happened if they had been brave. That fear is pushing them toward you. Something huge is waiting within the conversation they are imagining. It may not unfold exactly as either of you expects. There may be tears, pauses, nervous laughter, or moments when words fail. But beneath all of it, there is a truth-seeking expression. You mattered. You still matter. And the special moment they desire is their heart's attempt to prove it. But before that moment can happen, one final obstacle must be crossed. There is someone, something, or some unresolved circumstance influencing their hesitation. It may be an old responsibility, an opinion they have allowed too much power, or a fear connected to their past. Whatever it is, they have reached the point where they must decide whether to continue obeying that obstacle or finally follow the truth within them. A decision is forming. They are closer to making it than you know. And when they do, the first sign may appear quietly. A simple message. An unexpected call. A question that seems ordinary but carries a deeper purpose. They may not reveal everything immediately. They may test the emotional space first. They may search for warmth in your response. Do not judge the beginning by its size. Some of the most important moments enter life through small doors. A few words can reopen a connection. A familiar voice can awaken buried emotion. One honest question can change the direction of two lives. They are thinking about that first step right now. But there is one sentence they have been rehearsing in their mind, a sentence they believe could change everything between you. They have almost spoken it before. They have nearly written it more than once. Each time, fear stopped them. Now the sentence is returning with greater force. And heaven is preparing you to hear it. Because when they finally say it, you will understand why their heart has been restless, why memories of them have been appearing, and why this message found you at this exact moment. The sentence begins with an admission. It contains a truth they have hidden for far too long. And the final words reveal what they truly want from you now. But before those words are spoken, something unexpected is about to happen. Something that may force them to stop waiting and finally create the special moment they have only imagined. And when it happens, neither of you will be able to return to the silence exactly as it was before.